Alright, welcome again. Let's do something also that is very important and is kinda you don't find many answers to how to do this. So for example, I want to save when I refresh. So let me go back right here and go down. So this is like the initial state. You see this, we already tried this. I click logout and it empties and everything. But if I refresh and I go back to my Redux store, I see everything return to the initial state that I had. So that means when you refresh, your state doesn't get saved, which is a good thing for most, slices that you have or like reducers. But sometimes you may need certain data to be saved. So for example, I have chats, conversation, whatever. All of those stuff, I wanna when I refresh the page to be gone. I don't want it to be saved. That's a matter of fact. I don't need that because every time I refresh, I need to go to the database and get this new data. But for example, for the user, I need certain informations to be saved alone. So I have to save when refresh, but I don't have to save everything. I only have to save the user because I need these informations. And actually, not every information in the user, because like for example, the status and error, simply I don't want them to be saved. When I refresh, if I had an error when I refresh, it should be gone. But the user inside this user, which is this object that has the ID, the name, the email, I want it to be saved. That is the whole idea. So now we will try and persist and save data upon refresh, but not all of it, only this particular user object inside this user. So it seems like hard to do, but actually I can make it work. I promise you I can do that. So let's go back to this store. First of all, I can actually create like some sort of config for persist. So I can go right here and then I can go persist config and then config, and then this go const and then call this persist config, and this is simply takes a key, so you can call it a name. This is a key. I can call it user because that's only the thing that I'm going to save, and then we will have to define the type of storage. So there are two types of storage. So like when you refresh, it's going to stay saved, okay, after adding the persist and everything. But the type, there is two. There is storage. Storage, if you close the browser, if you restart your computer, whatever you do is going to stay there. Those data are going to be there. The second one is session storage. This session storage, that means you refresh, it's going to be saved. But if you close the browser or the tab, it's gone. If you restart your computer, it's gone. So that's the difference. I'm going to use storage because I need it to stay always there. So I don't want to remove the user when I close the browser or restart my computer. So I gotta go import that storage from, and I gotta go to Redux persist. Okay, that's a lot. And then I gotta go to lib, but actually I don't want that. I need just storage here. Okay, so that is the first thing that I want you to do. And then I can go right here and I can create a persisted reducer. Okay, this is the persisted reducer. And then we will go and add persist reducer, which is a function, persist reducer, which is a function that we have to import. And we actually did that. And it should be actually come in. So persist reducer. And let me, first of all, it shouldn't be imports from here. So I can actually remove all of that. I want to import it directly like this. Okay. I need to import the persist reducer, and also I need the persist store. So persist store, all from Redux persist. And sorry, Redux persist like this. Okay, so if I want persist store, I can find it. So I need that, and it takes two parameters. The first one is the config. So I need to pass the config, and the second thing is the reducer. So this is the root reducer. I want to add this here. And now instead of passing the root reducer, I want to add the one that is saved here. Okay, this way. And then I will go to the end. I will go export const and then persister and then equal, which is going to be persist store that we imported, and then we will pass the store inside it. And then, so you can see that we're persisting. When using this config, we persist everything, but I don't want that. I want to whitelist only the thing that I want, which is going to be the user only. So I can go right here and be the user. Okay, but that's not enough. I want actually to go inside of that user and then save only the user objects inside of it. So how are we going to do that? First of all, you got to go and install this package that is called Redux persist transform filter. So you gotta go yarn add Redux persist transform filter and do it. I already done that to make things faster for us. And then what you have to do is here and add some transforms. And then inside of it right here, we will add that. So let's call that save user only filter. And then I will take that and I can actually go right here. And this is what we're gonna do, const, and then we'll call that. And what we have to do is use the create filter from Redux persist transform filter. And this is what it does. We will pass with the user that we want to save, and then the only thing that I want to save from it. So which is gonna be the user.user. Okay, so it may seem like a lot of work, and it is, but we're trying our best to make this work. So let's go back. Let me go right here. Let me refresh. As you can see, it's already rehydrate. That means it's actually saving. So persisting the data. Okay, so it's persisting nothing now because we didn't change anything to persist. It's just simply the initial state. If I went to my console, I will get this warning right here, which is gonna say a non-serializable value was detected in action. So we have to turn that off. And to do that, I can go right here actually, and I will define a middleware right here, and then I will get default middleware. Okay, what is it? Default middleware. Okay, I can get, okay, we get it right here. And then what I have to do here is I'm gonna go and actually get default middleware that we have, and inside of here I would actually serializable check. So sorry, let me go back here, and then serializable check. Okay, I don't know why it's showing me this way. Okay, because, okay, sorry, this was the problem. Okay, this way, and then also remove this and this. And then we're gonna go to serializable check, and I'm gonna make it false. And I need to add this here. So I hope this works. Okay, this is the way to actually do that. In the default middleware that you pass, just gotta make serializable check false. Okay, and now it's gone. So now if I went back to actually my Redux right here, so you see now that I have this value here. So if I went and actually log out, now I can see after logout it's gone. So now when I refresh, it has to be still gone. So I can go to my initial state and after persist right here. So if I went here and it's still here, so what is the problem? It seems like there is some sort of problem that it didn't work. Okay, so it's persisting, so rehydrating, so it uses persist and then rehydrate to put the data, and it puts user. Okay, so maybe right here, this is the one inside this, we just have to select user directly. Yeah, this is the user inside this user, I believe. Yeah, I think this is the way, this is the mistake that I made. I think I'm sure. Okay, so this is my Redux store. I log out. So after logging out, okay, so I made everything empty. If I refresh this, so after it rehydrates, I go to the user. Okay, and now it works. So now after refreshing, you see everything is gone. And actually, you see that the other, stuff that we had right here, which is the status and everything, it wasn't here anymore. It's gone, which is beautiful. Okay, so it's gone. This is only when we need this, we're gonna use it. But when we refresh, it's not here and we do not use it. Okay, so that's it. So you refresh again. Let me make sure. Okay, so this is the initial state that it was, which has the name, but after using persist, which is an action, and then rehydrates, is actually automatically moves everything. So now if you want to access that store and use to get some data, you will actually see that there is no name there. So this is how it works. It was quite work to do, but we managed to do it. Isn't this amazing? And yeah, I think this is actually beautiful. This get default middleware right here, we actually should remove it. We don't need that. You don't need to get anything. So it's automatically come by default from the middleware itself. So please work. Let me go back to my console, refresh. Yeah, it does work. So that's good. And yeah, I didn't show you how to get data from the store. Okay, I didn't do that. So let me show you how to do that real quick. So what you have to do is actually go const And then, for example, you will go right here and extract, for example, the user. From where? By using the use selector, you can actually go to the state and spread the values of the state right there, and you will get the user. So if I console log user right here, I'll get those values. So now if I went back, you can see that I have a user right here, and with the information is empty as we emptied everything. And also I have to go back to my store, then I have to go to the user slice, and I'm gonna remove this name. It shouldn't be even here. Okay. And let me go also to the app. Let me remove this dispatch and this button here. I'm not gonna need it. We were just testing, and that's it. You can also get the user directly, like doing this way, and instead of spreading the values of the state, you can just simply go state and get the user inside it. Okay, and this way you're gonna be able to get this user exactly. And then if you want to extract something inside of it, you just go like this. For example, we had the status, so we can get that, or like error, whatever. So yeah, this is, you know, done well. So now I'm going to extract directly the user without having to get the user inside the user. Okay, so you can see directly it has been getting the data. So right here it was inside an object, but I get it directly because I extracted from there. So if you understand this, that's good. If you feel like you're still not really sure how to do all of this, don't worry at all. As we keep going, I'm sure you learned a lot. And as we keep going, you're just going to keep learning more and more and more. Yeah, and this is beautiful. I'm just going to go add the imports first, and then right here is going to be slices. I like to organize my code. Okay, so that was quite work to do, and it's done. So this is beautiful, and see you in the next video.